Hi, this video is on how to use the IR330 text code declaration. The IR330 is the most important form you will fill in each time you start a new job. Once you understand it, you should never use a wrong text code again, as this is usually one of the main reasons why tax bills occur. Using the correct text code while you have a student loan is even more important, but more on that subject in a later video. These are the 3 pages for the IR330 form. Page 2 has the flowchart which shows you which tax code you need to use, with some reference notes you may need to read on page 3. Once you have gone through page 2, go back to page 1, fill it in, sign it and hand it to your employer. Once this form has been given to your employer, the tax code selected will be the one your employer will use, as it is your total responsibility and no one else's to get this correct. This is a closer view of the top half of the flowchart on page 2. This portion is the main part that the majority of people will use when choosing their tax code. This is the bottom half of page 2. This shows you the secondary tax codes for when you have a second income. It also shows tax codes for other scenarios. Notes on page 3 will help with these. For scenario A, each step will get matched up with the flowchart. Your main income is salary and wages. You are not receiving a benefit. Wages are your highest source of income. You are a New Zealand tax resident, and you need to select your income bracket for the year. And you receive no working for families or have a student loan. What your yearly income is will decide which tax code you need to select. Income from 24 to 48,000, your tax code is ME. If your income is above or below that bracket, your tax code is M. For scenario B, which is basically the same as scenario A, but for this one you have a student loan, and as you follow through the chart, you will see your options are either MESL or MSL. For scenario C, same as the two before, but here you are receiving working for families and still have a student loan, but regardless of income, your tax code is MSL. For scenario D, pretty much is the same as scenario C, but you don't have a student loan, so your tax code is M, regardless of income tax bracket. For scenario E, if you receive benefit from MSD only, your tax code will always be M, even if you have a student loan, as the benefit amount will be below the student loan threshold. If you receive a student allowance, New Zealand Super, or a veteran's pension, and you have a full or part-time job, you have to decide which income should be on a secondary tax code. Generally, it would be the lower of the two incomes. Go through the secondary section of the flowchart to check which code to use, as shown in the next slide. Read the notes as indicated on the flowchart accordingly. For scenario F, this is when you have a second job and you have no student loan. You have to work out an estimate of what the two jobs will earn you for the year, then select the correct tax code accordingly. If you end up overpaying tax, this will be refunded once that financial year has been assessed. There is a calculator on IRD's website, which I will show you how to use in another video, and you can check to see if you are paying the correct amount of tax or not. For scenario G, just like scenario F, but here you have a student loan. So basically whatever tax code is correct, it has to have the SL attached to it. If your main job is under the student loan repayment threshold, you can apply for a student loan special deduction rate through your MyIR account for your second income. There will be more information regarding student loans in a later video. The selected portion showing is for the other tax code options, which there is 4 of them. For more clarification on these, read the reference notes on page 3. The IR330C Contractor Tax Codes. This is used for those who receive scheduler payments where the employer deducts withholding tax at the rate you have chosen, most commonly is 20%, and you are responsible for any ACC levies relating to that income, which you will be invoiced directly from ACC after you have filed your yearly income tax return. For further information, download the IR336 guide from IR's website to help you decide if you need to use this tax type or not. Some footnotes. The financial year is from 1st of April through to the 31st of March. Automatic income tax assessments are issued from mid-May through to July. An email alert will be sent to your email for you to check your return in your MyIR account. IR3 returns are issued to MyIR accounts early April. Bank accounts, make sure these are up to date. If you have a credit from your income tax assessment, it can be refunded instantly. If no bank account on file, the credit will sit until you update your account. Well, this is the end of this presentation for IR330 Tax Code Declaration. See you in the next video. Bye.